G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you, and I'm very excited this time to bring you the conclusion to the Street Fighter series of characters and content that myself and Norlith have been bringing to you. I shouldn't really say that's the conclusion of the stuff that Norlith's been bringing to you. Norlith was the other homebrew designer that really came up with the Marvel vs. Capcom series of Marvel United stuff a little while ago, and I sort of jumped on his bandwagon and started making characters and sort of fleshed out the Street Fighter sort of side of things. And I believe he's still got some other things in the works and some other Capcom characters and that sort of thing as well. And hopefully I'll be able to show some of those off on the channel down the track as well. But in terms of the Street Fighter stuff, this is pretty much, at least for my part of it, this is pretty much the end. So I've spent a little while recently running through the different bosses from the original Street Fighter 2. And so today we're going to be playing the culmination of that with Bison. Okay, and apologies if I keep referring to him as Balrog or different names throughout, because I know I always sort of get confused ever since learning that the characters sort of have different names in different regions. It sort of confuses me a bit, but yeah, Bison is who we're going to be playing with today. And just wanted to sort of really just to highlight a lot of the great stuff that's been going on with this in terms of the support from it. So obviously Norlith's been making some really great other characters like Akuma, and I think he's got a Shuma Gorath and Phoenix Wright and a whole bunch of other ones as well. And we've been making some locations as well, so we've got a whole bunch out on the board here, but I thought I'd show off some of the others as well. So we've got like Taiping Road, Suzaku Castle, we've got Big Factory, Kapukon I'm not sure, probably butchering that pronunciation, but E Honda's location, Battle Harbour, Maharaja's Palace, and Air Force Base. All the others, at least from the original characters, are here on the board, except I've got the new challenges as well. So another big exciting thing about this game is that I'm getting to show off the new challenges. That was something after I first sort of put up all the original Street Fighter characters. There was a little bit of a request for the new challenges as well. So we've got some locations for them that are I just haven't printed off yet, but I think we've only got the one. I wanted to make sure we got at least one in here. That's Fraserburg Castle, so we've got that, but the others will have to I'll have to print those off a little bit later as well. So the other thing too is now unfortunately I haven't got around to actually getting any of the characters we're using today printed, but I did want to show off as well because we've been really nicely supported by Big Head Chibis, who makes some really great models based on the characters. So my painting probably doesn't sort of do them justice, but here's Sagat, and I've shown these ones off before, but I just wanted to sort of, unfortunately, because I hadn't got the ones that we've got for this battle ready, I thought, well, we may as well show off some more of these really cool models. So we've got Ken, and one that I'm currently painting at the moment, so he's kind of like a work in progress. I haven't quite brought all the highlights all the way up, but here you can see we've got Blanca, so hopefully you get a bit of an idea of what he looks like there. So yeah, not quite, I haven't got his orange all the way up yet, or his skin, but yeah, there we go. So they're looking pretty cool. Now, in terms of today, we did say we're playing against Balrog. So no, we didn't. We said we're playing against Bison. There we go. That's one. So I thought, well, we don't have him, but who's a guy with a big, imposing headgear and leader of a shadowy crime syndicate? Well, we've got Shredder. So, and if you're a big fan of the TMNT or TMNT United, there's some great models you can get from different places. This one is from Polymorph Miniatures, I believe. I think they're on Etsy. So we're going to use Shredder as Bison today, and we don't have any of the models for our new challenges, but we're going to be using Star-Lord here, since he's a Lord of Dance Battles. We're going to be using Star-Lord as DJ. We have who's this? This is Shang-Chi. He's going to be taking the part of Fei Long for obvious reasons. And then we have This is, I think, Lady Deadpool is her name, and she is going to be taking the part of Cammy, since she's got this big, long sort of ponytail thing. And we have, I think this guy's name is Warpath, and he is going to be taking the part of T-Hawk. So there we go. So that's our heroes. Let's have a visit to M. Bison's dashboard here, so you can see he doesn't have any special setup rules here. And I probably should explain with M. Bison, I really was sort of at a bit of a loss for how to go about designing him at first. I'd started with Sagat, and the the thing I really wanted to capture there was the feel of how his fight felt in the video game. So we've got a lot of sort of ducking and weaving his tigers that he shoots out across the board at you, sort of thing. And then when looking at Balrog, the boxer, I couldn't really find much inspiration from the actual fight in the video game, since he just kind of punches you and stuff. So I thought, well, let's dive into his theme a little bit more, and we sort of had a bit more of like a, tried to recreate some of the fun of like a boxing match with the sort of winning the crowd over. And although I guess that's more of a wrestling thing, right? You don't really win the crowd over as a boxer, but I don't know, I'm not a boxer, but I wanted to sort of, keep that sort of like tug of war of the sort of back and forth of the fight there, and have the count out track sort of thing as well, sort of representing being counted out sort of thing. So that was that one. Hopefully, if you watched that video, or if you tried him out on TTS or printed him out, hopefully you found that one pretty fun as well. Vega, we wanted to just make sure we had a really tricky fight with a real jerk who seems to cheat and that sort of thing. So I tried to sort of like bring in some of his annoying sort of habits and things. And so with and by the way, I should mention all of these, especially I really love the model that Big Head Chibis have done for Vega. Like his model is like really well posed. But then we come to M. Bison, and again he was sort of similar to Balrog in that I didn't really sort of, the fight itself back in the day, I sort of just remember him kind of like having flamey fists that didn't really do much, and he sort of flew across the board at you with that sort of like Psycho Crusher move sort of thing. And that's about it, but it wasn't really that memorable. Half the characters seem to sort of have some sort of move where they fly across the screen at you sort of thing. So so I thought, okay, let's dive into his backstory a little bit. And so the idea is that he's like the boss, right? The final boss sort of thing. That he's the leader of this big sort of international crime syndicate type of thing. So I thought I'd try and sort of work that into it. So his villainous plot is all based around this world domination track. And then the other thing I wanted to sort of bring into it is the fact that he, for some reason, in his spare time decides to run a big giant fighting competition that somehow is going to further his world domination plans, because being the best at Kung Fu is apparently good for running the world or something. But I don't know. I'm sure there's more to the story than that, but it kind of didn't really make sense to me. But the idea that he's this final boss, right? So I wanted to re-include all of his henchmen, all of his bosses as henchmen in this, that you have to sort of not necessarily have to fight your way through, but make them sort of pivotal to the game as well. So anyway, that's a long story long. That's where I was at when I was trying to design him. So, and I have tried to make him pretty hard. Like I've tried to make him, you sort of have to get a bit of lucky breaks and stuff with some of his cards and things like that, and really sort of play quite well to sort of take him down. There's also some locations and things like that I've been building into the collection of locations that sort of can help against him as well. So we might come across that a little bit later. Let's have a look at his villainous plot though. Pretty standard world domination track. When the track reaches 20, the heroes lose. Starts at 0, goes to 20. So there we go. Now his special rules are, when a hero is KO'd, don't activate M. Bison's BAM. Instead, increase the domination track by 2. So there you go. That's one of the major ways that he races this up, is that he tries to deal a lot of damage to you, and every time you're getting KO'd, you're raising the track. M. Bison cannot be damaged while he is in the same location as a henchman threat. So the more henchmen that are out, the more safe spots he has. Hence the whole thing of, you've got to sort of fight your way through them. when adding crisis tokens to the token slots, and we'll see that coming up a little bit later, there are crisis tokens in this one. If all the slots are full, replace the rightmost token with a crisis token. So basically you can always place a crisis token down. If it's full up, you don't go, oh well, I guess we don't have to put a crisis token down. No, you have to replace a regular token. And heroes may spend 2 heroic actions in their location to discard a crisis token from a token slot in their location. So if things are getting pretty scary and pretty full with these crisis tokens, you can try and get rid of them with some heroic actions there, representing your character, sort of, undoing the deeds of the Shadaloo, I think it's Shadaloo Corporation or whatever it is, or Syndicate or whatever. The other thing is with this, if you find him really too hard and you want to make it a bit easier, or maybe considerably easier, you could always make this 1 star if you wanted to sort of have like a built-in easy mode sort of thing there. So there we go. Let's have a look at how else he's going to raise this track with the BAM. Deal 1 damage to each hero in this location if he BAMs. Add 1 crisis token to the rightmost token slot in this location. And then increase the world domination track by the number of crisis tokens in this location. And you can see how that could potentially really snowball out of control. Also, for each token that cannot be added to a location, increase the world domination track by 1. So, that combined with that, you can see how there's lots of ways for that to sort of really race up there. So, that's old Purple Hands. And I've got now I think, I could be wrong, but I think in the multiverse set is the little tracker going to be purple? I think so. So I've got I don't know if that's, I don't know, what would you call that? Was that pink or purple? To look like in that light. But anyway, I'm going to use this one for this. I just got it from another game. I think it's from Black Rose Wars, but hopefully I can have an official Marvel United little cube soon. So we'll put that on the 0. And hopefully it will not leave the 0. Let's be hopeful. Now, I didn't actually show this off, but he's got 6, 8, and 10 health on his bar there. And I guess that's another, if you're finding him too easy, too hard, that's another sort of built-in way you can sort of make the things more difficult or easier for you. You can always adjust his health. But we're going to start with 10 health because we've got 4 heroes today. If we go around, he's got a couple of these brainwashing spots. So in the story, in his backstory, he does some like messing around with sort of like having an army of like brain-controlled, brainwashed sort of soldiers and stuff. So if he lands in this spot, deal a damage to 1 hero in each location with more than 1 hero. So basically, if you're sort of teamed up together, one of you sort of gets triggered with some, latent brainwashing that he's done to you, and you sort of like lose control of yourself for a moment and do a damage to the enemy. So we've got those in these 2 spots here. We've got the Amazon Basin and Fraserburg Castle. I thought we'd put that one in, A, because it sort of ties in with Cammy, and it's the only new challenger one I've got, but also it's quite useful for combating crisis tokens. So that's a good one there, but it does only have a short capacity, a small capacity for tokens. Let's go through his henchmen. So we've got the 3 henchmen from the Street Fighter 2 game, but we've also, I was looking for a 4th one, and well, actually I can't remember if I was looking for a 4th one or as I was sort of researching the idea of his like, henchmen or his like his sort of bosses. This guy Fang sort of came up as like one of the 4 pillars of his like organization or whatever. So yeah, so I don't know much about this guy, but he seemed like sort of like the sort of dude that would sort of work behind the scenes and that sort of thing. So he moves to the next location clockwise, swapping places with any threat there, and he drops a crisis token in that spot, and then he deals damage to everyone in that spot as well. He used to have like a poison effect as well that I sort of was trying to do, but I decided it was just one mechanic too many, and it didn't really add much to the game as well. So yeah, so there you go. That's Fang. He's got the 4 health. We'll put that there. Now, one thing about this game is it's a little bit fiddly in that there's a lot of moving stuff to it. So each round you've sort of got to track the movement of the henchmen and the placing of the tokens and all that sort of stuff. So apologies, I could stuff this up. I've already tried to film this twice now on a different occasion, and and sort of messed it up, and thought I'd got it good. I got all the way through editing, and then as I was editing, I realized that I'd made a whole bunch of mistakes that sort of made the game invalid as well. So this is third time's the charm, hopefully. Here we have Balrog, the boxer. So he's really like the true bodyguard sort of thing. So what he does is he moves to the villain's location, swapping place with any threat there. So he basically guarantees that he's just about, as long as there's a BAM, he's just about always going to be guarding Balrog unless you get rid of him. Then he also hits really hard. He does 2 damage to 1 hero there, and he's got 5 health. Big thanks to the Homebrew team of designers. A bunch of those guys have sort of helped me. I think Nelly Nell in particular sort of gave me some good advice about this particular battle, and with some of the balancing and the tweaking as well. So we've got Vega. Now Vega's a jerk, so Vega moves to the next location with the fewest heroes, swapping places with any threat there. So he sort of picks on the weak sort of thing, or the isolated, and he deals a damage to a hero there, so he sort of runs in and does a jab. The other thing is that heroes that deal damage to Vega while in his location are dealt a damage at the end of their turn. So that's his dodgy frame rate. He always seems to hit you before you can hit him. And speaking of tigers earlier, Sagat throws out his tigers clockwise or anti-clockwise, so he deals a damage to each hero in this location and the next 3 locations based on the villain movement on the latest face-up card from the master plan deck there, and that's if it's an even number including zeros, he fires off his tiger clockwise. If it is odd, he fires it off counterclockwise. And then heroes may use punches and heroics to damage him, because in the story he's sort of like they sort of talk him around, and he sort of eventually sort of turns his back on Bison and realizes the error of his ways, because he's sort of more of a noble fighter rather than a real nefarious guy. He's just kind of, arrogant and stuff, I guess. There we go. That's my basic surface level knowledge of Street Fighter based on my reading of wiki pages, trying to sort of remind myself what was going on all those years ago when I was playing it. All right, well that's the setup there. We've got the basics to the standard mission, so we're also looking to make him vulnerable. We're looking to rescue 9 civilians, defeat 9 thugs, or clear 4 of the threats. I should also point out that we've got the locations. I've set them up. I sort of randomized the things and then set the locations up after I put the cards out, so that we've actually got Sagat is starting in his. So you don't actually have to do this, but I just thought for fun. Sagat's got his ruins. Now Bison, I put Bison and Fang in the temple hideout. I thought that would be kind of fitting. And then we've got Balrog in Las Vegas, and we've got Vega in his flamenco tavern. Then I also just picked 2 other ones, so I've got the Amazon River there so I could show off Blanca's model, and I've got Fraserburg Castle since it's the only new challenger location that I've actually printed out. But this flamenco tavern has a little effect here that's always in effect that says heroes spending movement to leave this location must use 2 movement instead. So it's one of those sort of trappy locations, and that's because of the cage that's sort of like caging you in there. At least that's the very loose theme there. Well, let's have a look at our heroes now. So we'll just shuffle up Cammy's deck here. But Cammy has a starting hand card. So she is also someone similar to Vega in that she's got dodgy frame rate, apparently, according to the wiki page. So she's got counter hit. So this is going to be one of those, as long as this card is face up in the storyline, deal 1 damage at the end of the villain turn to any enemies that deal at least 1 damage to you during the villain turn. Okay, so not henchmen that do it to you when you step in or any of that sort of stuff, but on the villain turn, if you get damaged, you can do some damage back to them if you've got that card down. Or face up, I should say. Let's see what else she has. Oh, she's got a hooligan combo. There we go. That's pretty strong straight out the gate. So this hooligan combination apparently is some sort of move where she sort of jumps in and does some sort of like kick thing at you, and then you can press different buttons to like follow it up with different special moves. So I thought we'd sort of simulate that by having a card that you play down, and then later in the game, if you play another one down, it sort of does another thing, and then if you play another one down, it does another thing. So there are 3 copies of this card. And I've gone back and forth on this whether I should have 2 or 3 copies of this in the deck, but the deck that I've printed out is sort of like the more powerful version of it. But anyway, so for each copy of this in the storyline, you get to choose one, either count punches on the previous hero card twice, or stun a villain if they're in your location, or you get a move, and then other than that, it simply does a punch by itself. So that's that one there, and we've got our wild. So there you go, and we will be playing with double wilds and wilds as well, because I'm playing at home and no one can stop me. So there we go. I do love my easy mode now. But I think you'll see this guy's still pretty hard. So this is DJ. So I think he's the last one I designed. I think he was the last one, because Big Head Chibis have been moving through the models, and I think technically I don't think there is a model for him yet, but we'll see if there is one down the track. So he's got sort of a range of sort of random moves based on what I looked up as well. So let's see what he's got here. Here we go. So he's got an air slasher. So this lets him, it's basically like a fireball, so he can punch twice in an adjacent location. Then he's just got a punch here and a couple of stars. So there you go. That's what he's coming to the table with. We'll put them there. Right. So, and then Fei Long, I wanted to lean into the whole like sort of like rapid punch sort of thing that he does. So he's got a lot of special moves that let him move and punch. So he gets like a whole bunch of actions, but they have to be played in a specific order. So you have to sort of be careful how you time him and combo him, sort of thing. So we'll see if any of those show up to start with. He's got a single heroic. Here we go. So he's got a Reku Kyaku. So it's something like a Reku kick. Not sure what Reku means, but some sort of kick. So he punches, moves and punches, but it has to be in that order. But then he's also got this move, so you could put that move at the beginning or the end, and also use whatever other ones you've got from your supporting heroes as well. We've got his wild, and there we go. I think we showed that one already. So he's got at least one of those specials, so at least you know what they look like. And now T-Hawk has a bunch of those things where he sort of like does condor dives and stuff like that. So he's got a bunch of those that let him sort of like move around the place and stuff. And he's also got like a really powerful Mexican typhoon attack that sort of like slams the enemy, but only against a single target, I think. So 1, 2, 3. And so speaking of that, this is just another alternate art sort of thing of the Mexican typhoon, because I found two bits of art with that in it, so I thought I'd show them both off. That's 2 punches. By the way, with the artists with cards I'm doing, if you ever a whole bunch of cards, like sometimes I've gone through and made them, and I couldn't find what who the artist was of the actual art, even with like a search and stuff. So if you ever come across one of my cards that doesn't have art credit, but you sort of know who did it or whatever like that, feel free to like leave a comment on the wiki page or something and let me know, because I'm always happy to go in and give these guys credit where I can. So that's the double punch. We've got the Tomahawk Buster, so move to an adjacent location, cancel the villain movement if you are in their location at the start of the next turn. And interestingly, you don't need to use movement to do that, so that could sort of get around the Flamenco Tavern there too. He's got a move and, not a move, a punch and a heroic there. And I think I showed that one off already. I like this one because you can see, I think that's Dalsim's foot getting flattened there in the bottom corner. I think we are good to go. So we've got our board set up. Yes, I think we are good. All right, well, let's get down to the table and see if we can take down Bison for good. Okay. All right. Let's try not to make too many mistakes this time. All right. It's not as late as I tried to play last time, so hopefully I won't be as tired. Okay. Looking around the place. Okay, let's see. We've got a move 2, then a bam, then a bunch of civilians coming out. Let's have a look. So he's moving 1, 2. I think he always moves clockwise, which is why I had to put that odds and even thing in for Sagat as well. Alright, so moving 2. Now he has landed, oh this is unfortunate, he's landed in a brainwashing spot. So, someone's going to have to take a hit here. What have we got? Alright, most people have some sort of a weaker card here, maybe. Maybe let's get rid of that. A single. So someone punches Fei Long in the back of the head. Ow! And then... okay, so he's done that. Now he's bam. So he is going to damage each person in that location. There's no one there. Then he is going to add a crisis token, which is not great because there's already... that's getting pretty full. Then he is going to increase the trap by the number of crisis tokens in the location. That's 1. Then he's going to... and that's pretty much it for his ban. But now we go around. So Balrog is actually going to... well, we're sort of lucky here in that Balrog is not going to hit us for 2 because Bison is not there. If Bison had landed on us, then we would have been copping a bruising there. But he's going to head there. But he is now guarding Bison. So when he becomes vulnerable, if this is the situation, we're going to have to get our... we're going to have to fight our way through Balrog first. Alright. Now... so we've swapped locations here. Now we keep going around. So Vega's going to jump to the location with the fewest heroes. Now, I don't know technically if this is, you know, grammatically correct or whatever, but what I mean by that is he still has to go to a location with heroes. So fewest not being 0, but I didn't really, I sort of felt that was awkward sort of wording it on the card. So I just, hopefully this makes sense. Anyway, so there you go. So Vega is jumping to this location, and he's going to hit 1 hero there. So again, we can choose someone to get hit. I think there's like a single... yeah, DJ's got like a single punch here, so maybe we get rid of that. Sorry, DJ. Okay. So Vega strikes, and then... so we've done Vega. Now Sagat. Now Sagat is going to throw his punches, and sorry, not counterclockwise. Clockwise. He's going to go. That wasn't even, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We got lucky there. Okay. Not too bad. And then up Fang. So Fang is going to put a... no, hold on. No, he's not. Move this threat to the next location. So, sorry, he doesn't put one down first, he moves. So he's going to shift around this way. Right. Okay. Then... so he's shifting around that way. Then he's putting a token out over here. And then, after all of that... I hope you... did you follow all of that? I barely did. And that's the best I'm going to get, I think, because it's turn 1. turn 2, I think, yeah, we'll see how we go, see if I make any mistakes. Hopefully I haven't made any mistakes there. But we've got 1, 2, and 3, so there we are. Alright, no overflows yet, but very close in both these locations. So, it is now Cammy's turn. Now, Cammy, what do we do with Cammy? What do we do with a problem like Cammy? I've got to draw a card. We've drawn a move and a heroic. Oh, okay, so the question is, do I put this counter hit down? Because the counter hit is going to let me avoid... why does this card is face up in the storyline? It's gonna let me basically whittle away on these villains and henchmen and stuff. And the earlier I get that down, the better, right? But if I play it now, it's only giving me a move, and that's not necessarily great. Whereas if I play this hooligan combination down, then if I play this down now, you know, early, then it's going to be sort of more useful when I'm playing more of them, you know, later in the game, sort of thing. So, let's me stun a villain. The villain's not where I am though. Do I want it now? If I play this and then I have that punch, I mean, I could just punch the thug, I guess, or I could punch Vega. But if I punch Vega, then I'm taking a hit. Although DJ's got that air slasher, so if I give DJ the movement, he could jump out and hit Vega. That's interesting. Alright, let's, this could be a bit of a waste, but let's put the counter hit down early. Or do I put the move and the heroic down? Do a bunch of rescuing. That would still give someone else something to do with a heroic as well. So I'd still be giving DJ his ability to move away from Vega and deal damage to him. And I'd be working on civilians. Maybe let's do that. Alright, so the clue was in the card that I just drew. There we go. That's what I should have been looking at all along. Alright, so now do I rescue in here? I think I'm going to have to, I think I'll go over here. Now this is risky, but I'm hoping Balrog's going to like jump away. So I'm going to jump in here, although Fang's coming in there, isn't he? But still. Alright, let's rescue. Let's get started on that mission. Then let's have DJ have a turn. Alright, DJ's just drawn a wild, single wild. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with this air slasher. Yeah, let's not think too hard about this. So this is going to let me have a turn where I can do 2 heroics, and I can move, and I can do 2 punches. Who have I got after that? Then we've got Now that's interesting. So I've got the Reku Kyaku. That's going to let me do at least 2 damage, but not really in the same location, because I can't split that up. I can't, you know, even it says in that order, but also because it's part of this special effect, I can't put that move in between sort of thing. So, so I couldn't say do 2 damage to say Balrog and then do another 2 damage to him. Even that's only going to do 4 damage to him, so not quite enough. All right, so I think I am going to target Vega. So let's do 2 damage to Vega that he can't hit us back with. So yeah, all right. So just the question is, which way do I jump? Who am I? Who am I? Where am I? Alright, DJ. So if DJ jumps this way, we can get rid of this civilian, we can maybe get rid of this one on the way, and we can fire that back there. But the problem with that is then there's 2 characters that because Fang hits everyone in the location, so that might not be great. So maybe we go, now the problem here is we've got this move thing, but maybe I just sort of stay here for a bit. Alright, well we're going to jump in here with DJ. Let's well, this is already pretty full, so let's do 1 each. Let's take a civilian in both locations, so that's our 2 rescues. And then we'll fire our 2 punches into Vega's location. That's 2. I really would have preferred to take one of these guys out this turn, but because the quicker we can get rid of the henchmen, the better. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get rid of them. Well, if I get lucky, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get rid of Vega this turn. But at least did 2 damage without him hitting us back. So jumped in here. Now I've got to get lucky with some movement or something to get out of here, but that's fine. And we've hit Vega. Right. That's 2. Alright, so we've got one more turn. Here we go. Yeah, there's 2 there. What have I drawn? Oh, a move and a heroic. So again, not the greatest in terms of doing damage. Now the question is... What have I got? A rescue. So I could stay there and do the wild punch him. Is this Reku Kyaku going to be best bang for my buck? Well, you know what I could do? I was thinking of jumping this way, but then I would get stuck with the movement. I wouldn't be able to jump back. Or jump anywhere really, but I could use the extra punch to punch this thug here. But what I'm thinking is maybe what I do is with Fei Long, maybe we punch Vega, get him down to 1, move this way, punch once on Balrog, getting him down to 4. So that was, where's my punch coming from? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that's the punch, move, punch. So I've used up the Reku Kyaku. Now I can use the move at the bottom of the card to move back. And before I do that, I think I'm going to use the rescue in this location, Fraserburg Castle. So there's 2 rescues. Wait a second. Did I throw those back in there? I think I did. Because hold on, I've done 1 rescue, and then I've done another 2 rescues, and then 1 more rescue. So surely there should be 4 civilians here, right? Yeah, I think I threw them in here. I'm pretty confident I'm not cheating here. Alright. Yeah, because he would have... there would have been... 1 here we rescued, then there would have been 1 that got dropped here, so that's 1, 1, 2 here, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, that makes sense. Okay, and I think we're good. I think we got through a full round without any mistakes. I think that's pretty good. There was an almost mistake there, but we sort of, we caught it, okay. Who's on full health? So Cammy's on full health, these 2 in the middle are a bit damaged, and T-Hawk's on full health. Alright. So, I think it's Balrog's turn. So, okay, so we're really far on that. We've got to, I mean, we've got a bit of, we're working on this, but we've got to make sure we don't race this too much, don't we? Alright, well, let's see what happens. Oh, what's he up to? He is... Oh, we got a little bit of a circuit breaker here. So he's moving 1. There's no... Oh, this is alright. So there's actually no landing spot. And then he's not bamming. So everyone's kind of staying where they are. So this is pretty good. Although, oh, this could be a little bit... Oh no, we got lucky here. This is good. Good thing we cleared that. 2 thugs here. And 2 thugs over here. Oof, just didn't overflow. Alright, so we're pretty full though. So now if I start ignoring thugs because we're working on this, there's not much happening here, so we could start overflowing a bit, so I've got to think about that. I'd love to race the civilians, but... Alright, well it's not... I picked up Cammy's cards, but it's not actually her turn. Now hold on, let's just make sure there's nothing else I'm supposed to do. So, he moved. No landing spot, no BAM, so none of the other guys start triggering around and doing all their stuff, and then he just puts the thugs out, and there we're moving on. All right, got lucky there. So there you go. I think that was one of Nelly Nell's suggestions, like maybe don't have a BAM on every card. Okay, so there you go. you can thank him if you win some of your battles against Balrog. I mean, and Bison. So we've got our move and hold on, we've seen all these. Oh, that's the card I drew. Not very exciting, but cool picture. So, all right. Alright, T-Hawk, what are you up to, buddy? We really want to finish off one of these characters if we can. That'd be great. You've been given a movement, so we could actually start working on someone else. We could do 2 punches against Balrog. Has anyone else got an ability to do... I don't think I've given anyone else an ability to do like a Hadouken type card, so someone's going to have to take a hit against Vega. Unless... Oh wait, I was supposed to move back, wasn't I? Sorry. Nope, there was a mistake. Fei Long was supposed to be back here. Yeah, he jumped back. Alright. So Cammy is by herself. So if we leave her there and don't go and back her up, Vega might go and finish himself off for us. It means she would take a hit, but with that, but we've got to make sure we play the counter hit. And I do. Oh yeah, we're going to get a turn with her. I was going to say we're not going to get a turn with her. All right, so let's see. What does it say there? Does he move clockwise? Move this threat to the next clockwise location with someone by themselves. Ah. Well. As long as we have someone team up with Star-Lord here, that's actually not too bad. But if we do that, I mean the whole the whole thing is we want to be able to take care of Balrog though, right? And we can't do that without going to him. Alright, so move to an adjacent location, cancel anyone's movement if they're in your location at the start of the next turn. Oh, now this is interesting. Cancel anyone's movement, not cancel their ban. Okay, so it's not a stun. I'm not sure if I'm as interested in cancelling his movement at this point. Not sure that I'm as interested in that. So, although it would be good to stop him from going over here. And all right. Well, let's maybe do... So in that case, if we're not going to be able to sort of take care of Balrog... Well, I've got to move into... Well, hold on a second. Wait, this is how we can get rid of Balrog. If we're happy to have Vega just hanging around for a bit, and I think even someone else might be able to deal with this, we could play... If we're not worried about Vega, sorry, I think I'm getting all these guys' names mixed up. If we're not worried about Vega, and we really want to dish out some damage on Balrog, we could move and then punch him twice. Now it is opening us up here for Fang though, isn't it? But we could move in, punch him twice, and also I do want to get rid of Fang, so if we sort of head towards Fang, that's probably not too bad. Move, hit him twice, that's not too bad. Then we, what's going on here? We put them in there. Then Cammy, this allows us to play the counter hit now, while still getting the benefit of having 2 punches from T-Hawk. So I think that's what we're going to do. Now I forgot to actually draw a card, so let's see what she gets. She gets a punch and a heroic. But I think we're going to stick with this counter hit. So let's put the counter hit down. That's going to let us punch Balrog twice. Now, that's one threat cleared. Now here's the issue though. I've got a movement left from her counter hit. But I think I'd like to stay where I am because I remember I mentioned this is quite a useful... I thought because Cammy is kind of like her backstory is she sort of hates Bison because he sort of turned her into one of his like Black Widow type assassin sort of brainwashed people. She's kind of got this grudge against him, so I sort of see her as Fraserburg Castle as kind of like a base of operations to sort of work against the Shadowloo Corporation. So this allows you to remove one crisis token from anywhere, so counteracting his specific thing of putting crisis tokens out. So that's thematically where that's at. So I think, considering Fang is about to move in here and drop a crisis token, I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of this crisis token here. Now it might be better to get rid of that one because then he's going to be jumping away, not putting one in there, and then therefore that one would have none. But anyway, this is what I'm doing. So let's remove that one from there because she stayed there. Now, unfortunately I had a whole bunch of punches there, but I haven't actually done anything about all these overflowing, or not overflowing, but close to overflowing locations. But we might just have to see how that goes. And I've got one more character, and that's DJ. Now, DJ's kind of stuck here, though, isn't he? So, let's see what DJ's going to be up to. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? DJ... What are you going to do, buddy? DJ's just... I think I just drew a single heroic there. I've got double heroic, single heroic, and a wild. So yeah, I think I just drew the single heroic. Now I've only got a movement, so the movement by itself is not going to do anything. I could play the wild for 2 movement to leave the location, but that's not going to do much else. I really would have liked to have finished off Vega. Now what's he going to do? He's going to go... So DJ's going to get hit by Vega now anyway. Unless I move... Oh. Maybe that would be better. What I could do, maybe this is actually worthwhile, because maybe if I play the wild as a movement to jump out of this location and head here, now both locations count as with the fewest heroes. So he's going to go clockwise, so Vega's going to head around this way, and then we can use Vega to do some damage to Cammy, and Cammy can then finish off Vega. Haha! So he's going to fall into my trap. Okay, as long as I've thought it through. He might, something else might happen, but we'll see. Okay. Alright. So that was my epic turn with DJ. He's playing possum. Alright, so here we go. He's had a bit of a nothing turn, but hopefully that will set us up. I really would have liked to have dealt with this, but you can only do so much, right? So here we go. We're going to have another turn with Balrog, and Bison. Now we can't complain because Bison really did let us off the hook with that last turn, didn't he? Alright. Now, if this is no BAM... Oh, okay, I was going to say, if this is no BAM, my plan with Vega is not going to work, is it? Because then Vega's not going to move. But it is a BAM, so let's find out what happens. So he's going to move twice. 1, 2. Luckily, it is not a... Luckily, it is not a... brainwashing location. Alright. He is going to put one of these out, and crisis token, and that's going to raise, he's going to raise that up as well. Okay, no damage, 21. So we're on 2 now with Villainous Plot. Next, he's going to go starting in his location, so he's going to fire this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or, sorry, it starts in his location and he fires at 3 locations. So 1, 2, 3. So unfortunately, though, this is going to get a bit dangerous because T-Hawk and Cammy are. Now I think Cammy's going. Cammy's going to have to take a hit here. Oh, this could. Yeah. All right. So does this hit everyone? To each hero, it does too. All right, everyone's taking a hit here. Well, T-Hawk's going to lose the single heroic. Where are you, T-Hawk? You're going to have just a handful of heroics at the end of the game. Hopefully not. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Then Cammy has to take a hit. Yeah, alright. I think I'm going to lose... Oh, now. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to lose all 3 of these cards because after Sagat's done, we're going around to Fang. Fang is going to jump in. He's going to hit them both. They'll lose 2 cards. And then we want her to be the one that takes the hit from Vega so that she then triggers the counter hit. Now, technically as well with the counter hit, I'm not 100% sure on the rules for what was intended by the designers with like when you're KO'd, you can't be affected by game effects and things like that whilst you're KO'd. But my intent with this card is that you get one last hit before you go out, sort of thing. It's kind of happens simultaneous type thing. Even though I guess technically it reads at the end of the villain turn, does it say? As long as it's at the end of the villain turn to any enemies that deal at least 1 damage to you, sort of thing. But yeah, my intent is that you get to do it. So feel free if you think that's too powerful but you otherwise like the idea of playing Cammy, feel free to not use it that way if you want to. And so, but either way, if she takes the hit, I think I'm going to lose all 3. So knowing that, I think what I'm going to do is instead of trying to save my Hooligan combo, I'm going to put that first. So I'm going to do them in this order. So there we go. Maybe I should put the wild in above the move and the punch and star actually. But anyway, so they've taken 2 hits. Oh, sorry, 1 hit each so far. Oops, what do I do with the other cards? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, I've already put all her cards away because I know she's about to get KO'd. Yep, sorry, I was like, what happened there? So we keep going around. Yep, Fang's going to jump into this location. He's going to put a crisis token down. Then they're both going to take a hit. She takes 1 more. T-Hawk's going to lose his... I think I might lose the Tomahawk Buster. Maybe that'll come out later. And because he's not really near the villain at the moment, so it's not really that useful. And then keep coming around. So Balrog's out, isn't he? Yep, okay. And then Vega is the final henchman, so he swaps places with Fang. Vega jumps in and does 1 more damage. We will do that to Cammy. Cammy gets KO'd. That is going to drive up the track twice, 1, 2. But it is also then at the end of the turn, so like a double whammy, they both double KO each other. Yeah, so Vega takes a hit. So that goes there. And I guess we'll just... Yep, this one here. We'll take that off there. Alright, pop that in there. Alright, so there we go. Vega's out. Cammy's out of action for the moment. It is now Fei Long's turn. Well, that was an eventful round. We had all sorts of stuff going on. Now, hopefully I got all that right. Like, I know obviously I've made some sort of specific decisions there about how some of those combos, how some of those timings work and stuff like that, but in terms of like just things that are supposed to happen and stuff, I hope I haven't forgotten anything there. Fei Long is drawing a card. So let's see, we've got 1 person on 0 cards, we've got 1 on 2, he's on 1. Alright, so you can see this could be going up. So if we can get rid of some of these damage dealers now, this would be great. So I think I just drew the Wrecker Ken, so that's the punch. So So move and punch, and then you can punch as well. So this one's a little bit more, don't get quite as many tokens, but it's not as hard to sort of like, you know, combo it, because you can move and then punch twice if you want to with this one. Or you can punch, then move, then punch. Move and punch twice. Alright, so I could do that, or I could, well, that's the only way I'm going to be able to deal any damage to Fang here, and I really do want to get rid of Fang soon, because I don't want him dropping more and more of these tokens if I can help it. So I can either play this one, or what have I got? Oh, I've used a wild there, that's good. So I can at least do 3 damage if I use that. Interesting. Sagat though is all the way over here, isn't he? And if I get rid of Fang, because now that Vega's out and Balrog are out, there's no one else swapping locations, so we know Sagat is going to be over here. So we're going to have to either go the long way through here or the long way through here. So we're going to have to head this way at some point, aren't we? Because I was thinking I could step back this way and remove this crisis token. Oh, let's play that for sure. So it's going to let me do 3 punches. And then we have T-Hawk. Where's T-Hawk? He's over there. Well, if at least T-Hawk comes this way, he can start heading through here. So maybe let's do this. Oh, this is you may defeat a thug in this location. That's not too bad either. Okay. Let's maybe do... Oh, that's a punch, not a movement. So we can't guarantee T-Hawk's going to be able to get out of there anyway. Oh well. Maybe we can gamble on it. If that's the case, I really want to sort of do as much as I can now, don't I? So I'll do 3 damage to Fang. He could escape our grasp here. So that's 1 with the wild, 1 with the punch, another with the... Oh no, I've got to move. Oh, hold on, I've got to move and punch. Oh, I can't attack him for that much. I can attack him for 2. I can do the wild and then the punch on the card, and then I've got to move and punch, so I can't actually take him out. So which way am I going to go? What have I got left? Move. I've got moves and things. Has he got much move? He bloody DJ to do some moving. Alright. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? And hope that T-Hawk can step back in. Or do I go this way? Alright, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to punch this thug, because that's all I can, that's the only person I can punch there. Then I'm going to use this, remove 1 crisis token from anywhere. I'm going to remove... Do I do the same thing I did before? I'm going to remove this one. Alright. Okay. Don't know why I changed my decision there, but like in terms of like which one I thought was best to remove from, but yeah, I'm just going to remove that one. Now, alright, hoping that T-Hawk gets a movement here. Okay. Alright, what have we got? It is a... It's a movement. Oh, it's a move. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. Well, it's perfect for what we want to do in terms of getting rid of Fang, right? I think that's important. So we'll move here. We'll punch twice. Gets rid of this guy. What does this say? If you played at least a punch in this turn, you may gain a heroic token. Well, there you go. Not bad at all. Heroic token. Alright, T-Hawk, and then you can hopefully start making your way around, although he's only got a move and a punch and a heroic, doesn't he? Someone's got to start heading around this way though, don't they? Alright, so they've kind of swapped locations there. Alright, so I think that's 3. No, that's only 2. So who gets... Oh, Cammy gets to go after this as well. I was forgetting Cammy gets a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so she's drawing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she's got another hooligan combo, so same deal there. And she's got a move and heroic. That's that one there. And she's got a double wild. Alright. So we want to make the most of this, don't we? What have we got? A move and a punch and a move and another one. I could almost get around this way now to Sagat. I want to use my hooligan combination to stun him if I can, but it's not really going to help. But what I could do, I mean, the double wild is super good because then I can use it to help others as well, right? But if I can use the hooligan combination, and use it to count, like I could use it to count punches on the previous hero card twice. She could get up, she could, that's not as useful. I was thinking she could, she's got a punch and then there's a punch on this card, so that's essentially 2 punches. This one counts twice though, so that's 3. So I could jump in, go punch, 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 but then this says you may defeat a thug in this location, so it's kind of wasted there. She could use the hooligan combination to move an extra one, so she could go 1, 2, and then do 2 punches, so you know, punch one here and punch one there or something like that. Or I could simply play the double heroic, but I feel like having a hooligan combination and then being able to play like another hooligan combination and get to choose 2 of these things would be good. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so move, punch, punch, and then I think I'll use the move. I can't really do the stun. Where am I going to punch them from? Let's punch 1 here and 1 here. Okay, so we're sort of hedging our bets a little bit here, aren't we? Because one thing I've noticed is I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4. There's actually, if I go with the civilian plan, there's not actually enough civilians out on the board. Although, whoa, hold on a second. Hold on just a moment. I think we've got some overflow happening. I think I missed some overflow. Let's see, because we've got that previous card. He did his BAM, we did all of that, and then we're supposed to place extra guys out. So there's 2 spaces here. 1 took a crisis token, so he should actually be getting 2 thugs there. That's going to cause an overflow here. I took 1 thug from here, so this actually should be, there should be 1 more there. That wouldn't have overflowed though, so we've got 1 overflow. And this would have overflowed with 1 thug, so for each that cannot be added to a thingy increase, so that's 2, so 1, 2. Luckily they didn't overflow by that much. Oh, okay, so we're actually up to 6 now on the track. Alright, okay, sorry about that folks, hopefully that's clear what just happened there. So Cammy's heading towards Sagat because we really want to take out this last. Now, at the moment, the other thing about Sagat is he's not necessarily that important to take out because he is not. He has no way to move anymore, but he does have a way to damage us pretty far-reaching though. So he's a bit of a threat. So taking him out is not a bad idea, and yeah, I think the ruins actually help with crisis tokens as well, so that might be helpful as well. So we've done that. All right, Bison, and Bison. Let's see what he's up to now. All right. Oh, Psycho Crusher. What's he up to? Oh, is he going to hit I think he's hitting everyone. He is too. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, hits us all. No BAM though. No BAM. He doesn't land in a landing spot. Deal 1 damage to each hero in every location he leaves or enters this turn. So we're going to get 1 civilian here. I'm just going to do these now. 1 civilian here, 1 civilian here. There's going to be 1 overflow. Technically I'm supposed to do the damage first, but we just wanted to get that out of the way. So Cammy is going to take a hit. We'll lose the single movement. Unfortunately, that's not going to deal any damage to and Bison because he is still invulnerable. DJ will lose his single star there. Oh no, we've not set up DJ with much for this turn. Fei Long. Where are you, Fei Long? Fei Long's going to lose the wild. T-Hawk. Uh-oh, T-Hawk is KO'd. KO'd. So KO'd. Where's T-Hawk? He's over here. That is going to drive this up twice. 1, 2. Uh-oh, now we're on 9. Okay, scary, scary stuff. Who is next? It is DJ. So DJ is drawing a card. Oh, he's got a jackknife combination. Interesting. So this lets him double the number of movement on the bottom of the last 2 cards. So essentially this card and what's previous. So unfortunately though, what that means is all that's going to give him in this situation, because he's got a punch here, is that's just going to give him a... that's going to give him 2 movement essentially, and that's not really enough to do anything over here. He could move in here, do 2 movement. So essentially, move in here. His second movement is not enough to get there. He could move back, I guess. So there's that. He could do double stars, so he could rescue these 2 and punch this guy. So he could take care of that location and then gain himself a wild heroic token. Or he could move twice. He could go 1, 2, punch here, land here, and then use the location to take out 3 thugs. So do I want to take out 3 thugs, or do I want to take out 2 civilians? At this stage, considering the number of thugs that are out, I mean, am I going to leave myself with enough punches to take care of Bison at the end if I do this, though? But I could do that, and that's going to work on 3. So that'll put me on 3, and then I'm real close. Then I'm real close, aren't I? The other thing is this could be really good for hunting Bison down at the end, but I think we're going to do this. And now after all of that, I think I forgot. Oh no, I didn't. I put these out, didn't I? Yes, I did. Sorry. Yep. All right. So yep. So DJ, he's going to punch and punch. He's going to step through 1, double that, 2, land in this spot, defeat this thug. Now we just need to get rid of 3 more. And there's plenty of those. So I think just based on the board state, I sort of want to focus on this. But am I going to leave myself enough punches late game? Don't know. Alright, so Fei Long Fei Long's turn. He draws one card. Oh! Rekashinken. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. This is his like big special move. So look at all these tokens. All right. So for those of you who are thinking, well done, Maple Monkey, you've come up with a balanced character. This is the broken card. So, but hey, this is my card and I can use it if I want to. So, wow, I've got a lot of options here. This is going to be like 4 punches, so I could almost get over to Sagat with this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I could get over to Sagat. So I could go over to Sagat and hit him 4 times. Or I could head over this way and really fix this problem here. Because I could go 1, 2 with these, and then 1, 2, 3. But then again I'm stuck in here. Because the single movement from there is not going to be enough to get me out. So I think I'm going to go the Rekashinken, sorry, the Sagat route. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. The other thing about this is it doesn't necessarily put me at, finishing off one of the missions with him. So I'd get another turn before at least making them under pressure. What I'm thinking though is if I've got Canny with say a double wild here, do I have enough between the both of them to finish off Sagat and finish off 3 of these? I don't think so. I'm going to need 5 damage. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. So, and that's giving me 1, 2, 3, 4. Even with this 5, 6 is not enough, and she'd need to use one of those as a move. Oh no, she's got that as a movement, but still. 4. Oh, it's 7, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'd be very close. She might have something better, who knows, but double wilds, it's not much better than double wilds. Well, yes, there is, it's Rekashinken. Okay. Well, considering I'm not going to be able to finish Sagat off this turn anyway, I may as well do some work clearing some of these locations on the way. So let's do that. So let's go, where was he? Here? 1, 2, 3 with the 3 movement. On the way through with that movement I can at least do, so I'm going to have to do 2 in one spot, right? So let's go 1 punch here, 1 punch, oopsie, 1 punch here, and then 2 punches on Sagat. Yep. Yep, there we go. So he's got 3 left. Now, not under pressure yet, but Kemi is going to draw. Oh, interesting. For each punch you don't spend on the bottom of the last 2 cards. Is this going to work out to be the same though? She's got the cannon drill, so she gets to punch 1. She gives her 2 movement. In total she's going to have 3 movement, and for every movement she doesn't spend, she gets a punch. So she's going to get 2. She'll need 1 movement to get there. So giving her 2 punches, plus that punch there. So again she's getting 3, but not quite enough to, to do the other thing. Well, I mean, a double move can be awesome for helping someone chase him down later, but I feel like a double wild's even better for that, so I'm going to play this one. She's going to step in for 1, then she's going to punch for 1 with this card, and then because she stepped in for 1, she's got these 2 punches left. She can treat them as punches now. Yeah. So punch, punch. And 1, 2, 3. There we go. And yeah, that goes in there. So we didn't do any reasoning with Sagat. We just we didn't give him a chance. We just beat him up. Okay. Now this is an interesting decision. Discard a card to the bottom of your deck to remove a crisis token from anywhere. Well, I think considering there's not a ton of crisis tokens out, I'm not too concerned. It's when you don't have any way to mitigate these, and like, because already we've removed 2, right? And so as he starts landing on locations that already have crisis tokens, these start ramping up real quick. So I don't think I'm going to risk, because she's already on 2 cards. So, and I want to be able to keep the double wild around, so I don't want to like lose that by getting hit too hard. So I think I'm going to leave it there. So all right, he's what do I do with that? Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Whoopsie. Well, all right, so there we go. His threat is all his, well, not all his threats, but 4 of his threats are cleared. That's that mission done. So now he's under pressure, so I've got to remember he's going every 2 turns. And he's actually going right now. Alright. So, what's he up to? How's he going to respond to this wicked actions by all the bad guys? He's going to move. Oh, it's got another. Oh, he's going to give us another break. He's going to move. I think these are the 2. I think we've. Are there 2? Maybe 3? 2? 2 cards without BAM. So here we go. So he's going to place a lot of dudes though, so we could still be going up quite a bit here, depending on where he lands. So he's going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I think we got very lucky. Yeah, that's a nothing turn for him. Doesn't land on a landing spot. Puts out 2 and 2, but none of them overflow. Again, could set us up for failure later, but I think we're looking alright. I think, famous last words, don't get ahead of yourself. Alright. Alright. Who's up? He's not. Okay, so we've got to make sure. Oh, now he's come over here, and there are no thugs over here. So if we want to be able to put him under pressure, we sort of have to deal with stuff over here and not be where he is. So who's up? DJ. DJ's over here. Ah, DJ. You're the closest, and you also have to move further away to actually be able to get him vulnerable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got a double wild. Okay. Nothing to sneeze at. Then we have a Just Cool. Now this is an interesting card. This one here, this is similar to the Hooligan combination in the video game apparently. Apparently this was a thing where you do a little move and he sort of jumps away and then launches into some sort of a different special move depending on the different buttons you press. So the idea with this one is different to the Hooligan combination. This one you play this, which represents his little sort of opening move he does with it, which is the punch and move and punch. Then you can copy any other face-up special card you've done. So you could do a air slasher or whatever it might be, which actually looking at it now, that might come in handy if we can get the movement right here. Yeah, we should be able to. Yes, I think that's exactly what we need. And I should also just show this off. This is another of his specials. So machine gun uppercut, so he can double the number of punches at the bottom of the last 2 hero cards in the storyline this turn. So you can see there was a lot. I sort of played around with that particular mechanic. I think quite a bunch with these new challenges. Yeah, alright, so let's do the just cool, I think, because let me think about this. If we do this, we can move 3 times and punch. So that's going to give us what we need to sort of go 1, punch, because I mean I could have done that with the double wide. I could have gone like 1, punch, 2, 3. I wouldn't have been able to hit him though, I don't think. So this is good. So yeah, so we move in for the 1, we punch. So that's essentially used those symbols there. That's now done the last of the thugs in terms of, we can still punch thugs, but we don't need to anymore for clearing missions. We just want to do it for keeping overflow down. So the defeat thugs is sorted, and then we now have 2 movement plus we can pick any other card that we've got face up with the special effect. Now, I was going to say the air slasher because I can then hit for 2 from adjacent, but I realise with the 3 movement I can actually go 1, 2, 3 and get actually into his spot, which would be good to land in his spot because then we could remove crisis tokens, but the air slasher specifically attacks in an adjacent location, so that wouldn't be that useful. This one here lets us do what? Double the number of movement at the bottom of the last 2 hero cards. Well, we could get like 6 movement, but it's still only giving us 1 punch. So we could do 1 punch and land in here with the jackknife maximum, removing a crisis token, or we could do 2 damage by copying the other one and land here. I think I'm going to go the 2 damage. 1, 2. Maybe this could be, maybe I could be being a bit sort of hubris here saying, oh, I'm fine, I don't need to worry about crisis tokens, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, so I feel like we have spent a lot of punches getting rid of the thugs and the henchmen, so I feel like maybe if I can do 2 damage rather than 1, I'd better take that opportunity. So he's got 8, he should have 8 left, yep, 8 health. Alright, can we hunt him down? Who is next? We've got Fei Long, and then it will be Bison's turn again. So I've got a move and a heroic, which isn't a great start. And considering he's so far away, I think really we want to maybe change our plans here. He's got a Shien Kyaku, so it's like a flame kick, basically just a big strong attack, 2 attacks in his location. Right. 2 attacks in his location. So either way we're getting 2 movement, because these 2 cards have movement, and this is a movement here, so I can either end up 1, 2, or I can end up 1, 2, no, I can't end up 1, 2 because this was a mistake I made in a previous game. I let someone move out of here when they shouldn't have moved, so if he moves, he's going to get stuck in here if he goes that way. Right. This is a bit of a stumbling block. It's sort of going to protect him a bit, isn't it? Well, no point playing this Shien. I don't know why I'm even thinking about it, because no point playing that if I can't hit him with it. I guess I was thinking maybe do I just try and alleviate this a little bit, but no, I don't think I will. I think I'll play this. I can move. I mean, I could play that flame kick and I could actually defeat all 3 of these guys. That wouldn't be bad. Who's up next? I guess if he is here, it frees us up from brainwashing as well. No one's sharing a location. apart from just worrying about, I mean, overflow, potentially that could be like 2 jumps on the thing if he's meant to put 2 in here. Do we want him getting stuck there? Boy, oh boy. Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know, this could be a mistake. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, we're going to play the flame kick. So he's moved, done 3 punches, but he can't move again because he doesn't have 2 movement to leave. He's only got 1 left. Alright, so Mr. Bison, what's he up to? He is moving 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to bam. Not landing on a spot though, so his no landing spot thing, he does a damage to Cammy. Well, this is actually handy. So Cammy's going to take a hit. Cammy's going to dish one back. There we go. Get out of here, Bison. Then she is also thanking her lucky stars that she didn't take that hit, because otherwise that would have KO'd her. And what's she doing now? So yeah, he did the damage. He's got to put one of these out. Puts one out, and then drives the track up twice. 1, 2, because there's 2 of these in that location now. And that's it, because there's no one else to resolve any bams with. Okay, so yeah, this is manageable. This is okay. T-Hawk. Drawing... Wait, what's this card doing here? Uh-oh. What have I done? Oh no, why do I have 4 cards for DJ? Oh no, sorry guys, I must have messed something up here. I don't know what it is. DJ. Is this from when he got KO'd? Because I know... Wait, did DJ get KO'd? I don't know if DJ's ever been KO'd. Has he been KO'd? Like, did he get KO'd and I never put that at the bottom of the deck? That's all I can think. I'm sorry if I've drawn an extra one from here that I shouldn't have. Alright, I don't know what I did there. Okay, but T-Hawk, I'm pretty sure T-Hawk was KO'd. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got this heroic token too, so maybe he can use that to remove a crisis token as well. Oh, well, here we go. He's drawn his double wild. He's drawn... Where is he? He's over... Oh, this is actually quite bad for T-Hawk, because he can't really... Or can he? Oh, look at this. Oh, now here we go. Look at this Mexican Typhoon. This is a great one. So he can move, do 3 damage to a single target, and then that target's BAM is cancelled, but also there any special effects on their master plan card. So that's a really good one, but he's only got 2 movement there, so he'd get stuck in here. So he can't get to Bison there, but what he can do, if I'm reading this right, let's have a look. Otherwise I got those 2. But he's got his Condor Dive, which is a similar one to the... what was that other one called? Have I played it already? Sorry, I'm not holding that. I'm sort of looking for the thing and not holding that in the right spot. Sorry, guys. maybe it got damaged and put at the bottom of my card. I think I did, yeah. But anyway, that one let you move to an adjacent location. This one lets you move to an adjacent location, and then it gives a double hit here. So it doesn't do anything up in the ability thing apart from let you move, but it does let you avoid this situation. So what I can do is I can use the movement from Fei Long, do the fast fall special. He throws me. So I use the movement to jump in here, then I move to an adjacent location, getting out of there for free, and I get to do a double punch. So why not? And then the great thing about that is Cammy, I think, is setting Cammy up for doing like 4 damage here, because I believe I get a turn with her before Bison. Yep, okay. So hopefully I haven't been cheating. Oh, so she's got a spiral arrow here. It lets her defeat up to 2 thugs in her location, plus it gives her a punch. But I think I'd rather take, in this situation, a double wild. I mean, don't we always? So that's just going to be 4 straight up damage here. Now the other thing I could do with T-Hawk, I think it's kind of a moot point, but T-Hawk could choose to say, lose this card here for ending his turn in this location. He's got 2 cards, so I feel like that's pretty safe doing that with T-Hawk. And then I can lose this crisis token so that if he somehow did like a 0 movement or something and banned, that wouldn't be like 3 up the track on that single location. So I'm going to do that. You know, by the same token, I could get rid of this one so that would be like, you know, less painful later on with that. But I feel like I'll do that. So, so that was T-Hawk's turn. Then Cammy's going to do the 4 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, leaving him on 1 health. Feeling pretty good about that. And then she can do the same thing if she wants. She can take a hit to remove a crisis token. Or the other thing they can do is gain a wild token here. I should have said that. But that's not what we're going to do. We're not going to take a hit there. And we're going to see what Bison... This is probably Bison's final turn. We'll see what he's up to. See what he's up to. So there you go. He's not that hard. Not that hard, although we are playing on easy mode. So and we're playing with a couple of locations that are specific, and arguably some of you might feel that some of these characters are unbalanced. But, well, that's for your feedback. All right, so let's see. I'm certainly having a lot of fun with these guys. So, oh no. What did I say? A 0 and a bam. And look how... Oh, man, he might... This could be problematic. Oh, no, hold on. This could be fantastic. Yeah. Okay, because all sorts of things are going to happen here. So, he's not moving. So, good thing... Otherwise, he would have been putting another crisis token down here, and then... that would have been 3 crisis tokens, and that you would have driven the track up 3, plus he's going to get a bunch of other stuff happening here. So he is going to not move. He's now going to do a BAM. There's no landing spot location triggering. His BAM is going to deal the damage to T-Hawk. So T-Hawk, you know what? I think T-Hawk's going to, you know, probably not going to matter, but I'm going to get rid of the double wild in this case and actually keep his Mexican Typhoon. Even though arguably the Mexican Typhoon is not as helpful to the other players. But I just like it. And unfortunately Cammy is going to get KO'd. Down she goes. Alright. That drives the track up twice. 1, 2. Then he's going to place a crisis token down. Luckily, we don't have a third one there, so he's going to raise this up to 1, 2. So it would have been on 16, but it's on 15 now. Am I forgetting anything else? He's not hitting anyone else with anything. No, there's no other henchmen doing anything else. So that's pretty good. We got lucky there. But yeah, he jumped up to 15. And at this stage... It's the end of his turn. He's dealt the damage to Cammy, so I believe he KOs himself. Now, I guess, again, you could say, well, Cammy's out, like we were talking about, she doesn't trigger it or whatever it might be, but I think technically, according to the way I intended the rules and stuff, she would take him down, which is pretty fitting because she's the one that probably hates him the most, sort of thing, and takes him. They sort of take each other out in spite. They, you know, both go down. What we can do, we could, if you guys like, well, not that you can tell me, but we can see where he was going next. See if we would have been able to, I think, you know, I think the writing was on the wall for him anyway. But let's have a look. What would he have done? Well, actually, hold on. Before he, well, I'll read that in a second. But would we have been able to get him if he had survived that? Because sorry, it wasn't going to be his turn next, was it? It was going to be. Well, look at that. We've given whoever's coming next to double wild, so I think we're looking pretty good. Who's coming next? It's DJ. I think, yeah, DJ. So DJ, well, he had the machine gun uppercut. What did he have? Which actually isn't that good in this situation. He had a double wild. Look at that. So, although there was some sort of cheating going on over here, wasn't there, with the double star thing? But he had a double wild. So, where is he? He's over here. 1, 2, and then 2 punches. Yeah. Game over. So I like the storyline that Cammy takes him down. So there you go. Oh wow, that was pretty cool actually. It was cool seeing all those cards sort of have their moment to shine, like where the Condor died. You know, it was the perfect situation to get over the Flamenco Tavern and have Fraserburg Castle sort of be instrumental in sort of foiling his plot and all that sort of stuff. The Air Slasher and the Just Cool sort of comboed pretty well together there, and Fei Long's you know, pow 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 sort of combos were largely able to sort of come off pretty well today. I've had lots of games where they just haven't been in the right spots and that sort of thing, but that's what makes the Rekka Shinken so powerful, is it's generally got enough there with the symbols and stuff that you can usually combo that really well together to have a really powerful turn. But apart from that, he doesn't have a lot of other stuff there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is at least probably my final battle on the channel here in terms of showing you the Street Fighter 2 stuff that I've been working on. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope it looks like these guys are good fun and really would be very chuffed to hear if you've you know, printed them out yourself or given them a whirl on Tabletop Simulator and see how you go. I've got a Tabletop Simulator sort of mod link in the Homebrew wiki section there, so you can go and check it out, and it features, like, if you load it up as an additive load to the regular Marvel United stuff, it adds them as like a separate table, and all of the, I believe all of the villains and all of the heroes, well sorry, I know all of the heroes and all of the villains are there, but and I'm not sure if I've added some of the later, I think they're all there anyway, but I'm not sure if I've added some of the later locations for some of these guys, but most of it should be there. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun making these guys. There's some folks that have been sort of complaining that I didn't use chibi art, but I wanted to keep the same style that was started by Norlith. I thought did a really great job with the Ryu cards. Really like the art that he used for that one as well, and in fact I've kept the old, he's updated his art since then, and no offense Nola, because you know your cards look great either way, but I really like your old stuff, so I've I've kept those ones and printed those ones off. I think they look really cool, but his new stuff looks great as well. Yeah, so yeah, it's been having a lot of fun with that. I sort of got off track there, I'm not sure what I was talking about, but yeah, definitely check them out. Play them if you can, and yeah, just have fun with the Street Fighter nostalgia, and get out there and play some Street Fighter on the arcade machines, or the video games these days, the consoles, and yeah, so check it out. I think also, speaking of Norlith, he's working on a bunch of really cool stuff at the moment, so he's still got some Marvel vs. Capcom stuff, but like I've mentioned before, he's also designed quite a few characters now for Mortal Kombat, and that would be a great thing to be able to, if you want your Mortal Kombat characters and your Street Fighter characters to sort of team up or battle it out as well. So he's done that, and speaking of Big Head Chibis before as well, they've also got a range of not just these characters but also the MK type figures as well, so that's and they look just as cool as well, so you can definitely sort of bring them to life on the table, so that's a lot of fun. In terms of what I'm moving on to next, I just finished off my first Samurai Warriors character for the Warriors Orochi stuff. So I've got a whole bunch of Dynasty Warriors heroes, about 12 heroes and 2 villains up and running for that as well. So I've had a lot of fun playing them, and thanks again to the guys in the Discord community for helping me playtest them. But I've also done Ishikawa Gomen. He's like a thief, and you got to run around and stop him sort of stealing treasures and that sort of thing. So he's a fun one. So he's the first one I've got up and running for Samurai Warriors. I do plan to put out a bunch more of those villains and heroes as well in Samurai Warriors, as well as going back to Dynasty Warriors. But in the meantime, Big Head Chibis look like they might be bringing out at least a few G.I. Joe characters. So I'm starting to commission some art for that, and hopefully up and running we'll see, because there are models now for Cobra Commander and Snake Eyes. So I'm going to launch into that. So we've got some art coming for Snake Eyes already, and I've got some ideas for both Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander for their characters. So they even sort of set up a page on the wiki with nothing in it yet, just as a sort of placeholder. And as soon as we get some of that stuff underway, I'll update that. But yeah, just waiting on some of the art. I've got to sort of do 2 batches worth of art to get enough for his cards and stuff for Snake Eyes. But hopefully that excites some of you guys, and if you like the sound of any of those other game systems I'm working on, I'll be working on them too down the track as well. Otherwise, let's talk about other homebrewers as well. So Kanji Studios is making his Asteroid M big Magneto battle. I think he's also doing like an Executioner's Song X-Force fight, sort of I think Sinister Six style. He's also got a bunch of villains and stuff on the way. Like he's just released Baron Mordo, and he's got some other ones that he's had brewing for a while that he's probably about to get ready to release as well. So check out Kanji stuff. He's doing a lot of great stuff with that. Dave Amarasinger, he's really rejuvenated his Age of Apocalypse stuff. He's got a whole bunch more really cool art for it now. He's really sort of almost sort of finished with the final sort of polished product of that. So he's got some great villain battles and some great heroes there, but now he's got some great looking cards with excellent art and all that sort of stuff together as well. So check that out. And I'm going to be playing the final battle in the animated series campaign we've been doing that he designed, but I'm going to hold off a little bit on that until I can get some cards printed, because what he's done is he's updated his campaign into a card format to sort of closely match the official stuff that's coming in Season 3. So I'm going to save my last battle to show that off as well. So I'll just have to wait till I can get that printed and sent out to me, and then I'll show that off. So it might be a little bit of a delay in that battle, but we might feature another video or a battle or something in between. But that will be coming, so thank you to all those people who have been voting in throughout that campaign on the different battles that we've been having. So hopefully you've been enjoying it. I certainly have, and definitely check out Dave's campaigns. But yeah, his new card format looks really, really sweet as well. Also check out his, he's got like this cool way to drop the difficulty level, or at least, keep it about even with removing the double wilds. If you don't like that as a as an easy mode, you can put this more flavorful thing with like overconfident villain traits and stuff like that, which is a bit of a deck you sort of mix in with the master plan card. So definitely check that out. That looks great as well. Nelly Nels just continues to smash out heaps and heaps of stuff. He's got so many great worlds: Overwatch and Naruto and Pathfinder and Sentinels of the Multiverse. My Hero Academia is just about finished now in terms of the Class 1A. He's been pumping those out, and lots of great villains. And I tell you guys, check out Nelly Nell's stuff. For real, I know I've been showing a lot of his villains and stuff, but he never misses with those designs. They are so good. I'm always amazed at just how clever and interesting his villains and his heroes are. They always feel really, really good to play with. So definitely check his stuff out. Martin V has been doing some really great stuff. He's continuing to sort of play around with like different ways to experiment with the game system and adding what do you call them, threats, changing threats, putting more thematic threats in, and he's doing new heroes and villains. He's always, yeah, he's got some really cool, interesting ideas, sort of playing around with the system and how it works. So definitely check that out. There's something not coming to my mind at the moment. He's just sort of talking about doing something new that I'm really excited to sort of see what you guys think about it too. But it's apologies, Martin VZ, but he's got some great stuff. So definitely check his stuff out. And the Aniel, he's been doing a lot of great sort of like what's the word, like reviews, giving us feedback, all the homebrewers feedback in the wiki page, and I've mentioned this before, I believe, but he's actually started designing stuff as well, so definitely check out, or I shouldn't say he started, I think he's been designing all along, but there's a bunch of work that he's been doing, like for example the Jackal I want to show off and that sort of thing as well, and Helios 23, I keep promising we're going to get there, but we will. We're going to show off his Impel Down, really cool big battle for for One Piece, and he's also, speaking of One Piece, the other thing is that he's come up with a bunch more heroes, and he's still working on some new villains and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff, and if you haven't checked out Helios's One Piece range of characters and stuff there's a lot of great content there, a lot of really fun thematic battles and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, some top stuff, and if you like the little models from that I forget what they call, little gasha machines that make a great sort of scale fit for this, he has a great range of them too that you can check out as well. So lots of cool stuff going on. Apologies to anyone I've missed there, any of the homebrew community. Andrew Fantasia, you got to get back into the home brewing. Your Hydro Man was just the tip of the iceberg, so if you want to see what else has come to mind, but yeah, definitely check it all out, and come and join us at the Meeple Monkey Facebook community page there. Lots of great people there that's sharing all their love of Marvel United, and just good folks and having a chat and stuff, and we're going to have some fun riding through this DC United or DC Heroes, Superheroes United as it comes up as well, and playing some bingo there as well, so that should be fun. And speaking of that, or speaking of the painting that I was showing off before, lots of great folks, much better painters than myself, and really sort of inspirational folks, giving each other inspiration, showing off their photos and stuff, so definitely come along and check it out if you want to see some photos or share some of yours. A great place to do it. Also, I'm sure a lot of you guys are already there, but the Marvel United, I think it's now the CMON or CMON United Fanatics, I think it's called, Facebook page. Definitely a great place if you're into Marvel United, to all the upcoming DC United. Great place to just share the fandom and have some fun. Apart from the Discord as well. Discord's a great place to go as well. So anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. I just wanted to, I know I've sort of mentioned a bunch of that stuff before at the end of videos, but I just wanted to kind of like bring a bunch of it together and make sure that we're all up to date. So thank you very much. Have a great one, and Meeple Monkey out. Bye.